You're very welcome to Be Out in the Cottage here in the west of Ireland. My name is Colette O'Neill and I'm a published author and environmentalist, and I started the Be Out in the project back in 2004 when I came back to Ireland, although not to my birthplace of Omagh, but to North County Roscommon. And it's very much the northwest of Ireland, very close to the coast. So I just really want to share my story and share my journey, and hopefully along the way encourage you to plant trees. So you're very welcome. I take my camera with me wherever I go and happily, joyfully record all the beauty that's around me. It's impossible to ignore it, right, when you live amongst nature as I do, with my doors continually open, summer and winter. I love to be outside, I love to roam the paths and the woodland that I planted. I don't think there was a bigger accomplishment in my life than planting this woodland, all 3 acres of it. And you can see what it looked like in the beginning if you go onto my website, beoutinthecottage.com. You can see those transformative pictures. You know, here in Ireland we have this legend of Tirnanog, and Tirnanog is the land of youth. And one cannot help but keep a very youthful outlook when immersed in nature. And I often look at people who have spent their lives in nature, and I see that in them. I see that timelessness, that inner contentment, and that is something I feel I have, and I constantly nurture and feed. Join me on this beautiful journey to the northwest coast of Ireland, the Atlantic Ocean. It's about a 40-minute drive from Be Out in the Cottage, and this is where I go and forage along the coast for seaweed and driftwood, but most importantly, the beautiful milky white quartz, which I wear as a pendant, and which are now pendants on my website. So here's some of the stones that I'm picking up. They're quite rare on the beach because you've got to find a certain size and also a certain colour. Now these have got an orangey tinge to them, but they're still milky quartz. And look at where they've come from. This beautiful, unadulterated ocean. That's the great mountain of Ben Bulben. William Butler Yeats is buried there. And straight up that way is Donegal. And down that way, past the mountains, is County Mayo. So home at the cottage. It's always lovely to get back home. And inside the cottage, because it's very thick stone walls, it's cool. Even with the doors open, there's a beautiful coolness in here. But of course, I keep the doors open because I love to venture outside. And quite often on these videos, people ask me where I started. Where did I start this? How did I begin to turn 3 acres of rushy, wet, north-facing fields into this woodland wonderland, which it is because it's so magical. Everywhere I look, like this wild rose just leaping out from the hedgerow. Well, I say to people, I just planted. They say, did you have a plan? Is there a plan? No, there was never a plan. I just planted. I saw this hungry, desolate earth, and I just wanted to reassure Mother Earth that she would be covered and that she would be nurtured and kept safe. And that was my instinct that drove the planting. And I also wanted to plant beauty. I wanted to honour Mother Earth with beauty. Even in these oxeye daisies where the seed was just scattered into the gravel, I just wanted everything to be beautiful because there's so much destruction in the world. I mean, people go on about climate change when really the problem is earth destruction. And that's all humankind appear to have ever done, is to cut down, burn, slash, destroy. And I wanted to do the opposite. I wanted to create beauty. Yeah, that was it really. So when people say, where do I start, Colette? I say, look at your earth. Don't call it dirt. It's earth. It's sacred. Honour Mother Earth. Plant, nurture, protect, care for, delight in, and be eternally enchanted. We've lost our enchantment. We've lost all that incredible wonder. You know, there was a time, I think when we were children, when we looked at trees and life and plants and we were enchanted. So reclaim that enchantment. It doesn't take much. Just a turning in your mind, a turning towards the beauty, the creativity, the life. That's all. That's what I think the great turning has always meant. To turn back towards Mother Earth, towards nature, back towards the divine feminine, and that eternal return of creation. So blessings to you all. And if you haven't yet visited the website, please do. There are over 20,000 photographs on there and hundreds of blogs, I think going back to the year 2011. And it's all there. No advertising. Just for you to enjoy. There's also book readings and podcasts. And again, I don't ask anything of you. I just simply want to share. I want to share this magical enchantment that is life. So blessings to you all. Here's a little Wind chime that's become tangled in the birch tree. Wind chimes. A table full of energy. The beautiful little milky white quartz that I find on the seashore here in the west of Ireland. As a published author, I made the decision to have all my books printed and posted from Ireland. This is my first book, A Cottage in 3 Acres, and it tells the story of my journey at the beginning. My second book, In Search of the Goddess Rising, explores the goddess myths and culture here in Ireland. And my third book, Walking Between Worlds, is about the metaphysical dance between worlds that I live here in the west of Ireland. There's also this beautiful little book, which is very seasonal, and it's the Bealtaine Cottage Guide to the Deep Midwinter. All can be found on my website.